Welcome to Land Academy. This is the Cash Flow from Land show. We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth
and sell it on the internet really fast.
I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit. We are Jack and Jill, and this is the Jack and Jill Show too.
With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property
Of all kinds, not just land.
for half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill DeWit.
Howdy.
Welcome to our show. In this episode, Jill and I talk about back tax property data done correctly by Jack. This is kind of a technical show. Mm-hmm. Jill's going to try to entertain us in between my crap that Jack says about technical stuff. Mm-hmm. Good show today, Jill. Before we get it all rolling, let's take a question posted by one of our members on successplant.com, our free online community.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Ethan wrote, I have been sending out mailers like crazy for a few weeks now. I now have deals coming in. However, I'm stuck. I have a signed deal in my hand, but I want to make sure I'm covering all of my bases. What are some of the ways to check for liens and encumbrances? I'm just nervous because this is my first acquisition. I thought I heard that information would be accessible with data to doorstep, but just do not know how. Any help would be greatly appreciated. Here is a reply from one of our members.
There's Tori.
Yes. Hello, Ethan. Congratulations.
This is how Success Plant works. I don't mean to interrupt you, Jill. Actually, I do. People ask questions, and senior members, or more senior members, ones that have experience, sometimes it's even Jill and I, or our staff, they answer them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And it's free.
It is free. Okay. Hello, Ethan. Congratulations. This is a process that I use. Step 1. Determine if the information is available online directly from the county. Search by county name, state real estate records, county name, state assessor, county name, state treasurer, etc., etc. Love it. Some are easier to navigate than others. Some require you register. Some charge for certain documents.
The more rural the county, the less information you'll have. But data to doorstep covers a tremendous amount of it. Mm-hmm. I think that's probably going to be step 2.
True. Yeah. Let's see here. This is so much good information too. I love this too. And this is stuff that we've done because we have our own little thing. Keep all your successful findings saved in a database. Yes, that way you know every time you do that county, you already have all these people's phone numbers.
That's
We've
right.
done that. We do that too.
Exactly.
Good advice. Step 2. This should not yield.
Should this not yield
the results you're looking for? Contact now. Go to data to doorstep. See if it's available through the service. And yep, most of the time it is. And another resource is Title Point. I haven't used TitlePoint.com.
I haven't either
because I never get to that point.
It's new, and I will research it after the show.
Yeah, and then step 3: call the county directly. And again, should this not yield the results you're looking for, you can call the local title company. Wishing you much success, Tori. This is great. So this is all kind of like Tori's explaining his steps that he uses acting as his own title agent, which is excellent.
I'm going to
doing your own homework.
Pipe in here about liens and encumbrances. So liens and encumbrances are things like a mortgage, or it could be a lawsuit filed against somebody who owns property. It could be a bankruptcy. Maybe the person or the company that owns the property filed bankruptcy, and the asset is, it's things like that. Mm-hmm. In the almost like 16,000 land transactions that Jill and I have done, this has never occurred. Mm-hmm. Around deal number 3 or 4,000, I stopped checking. Mm-hmm. Am I saying you should never check these assets? No, I'm not saying that at all. And in fact, that's part of the title process. Mm-hmm. So know how to do it. These two people in Success Plan are doing everything correctly, even better than we do, actually. So get to know the process, but be cool about it. You don't have to go nuts and spend a ton of money on researching every single transaction. If you're spending $500 on a 5-acre property and you're going to sell it for $1,500, don't
spend 8 hours on this.
Exactly, Jill.
Yeah.
But be aware of it. That's all.
Exactly. Do your homework. Be aware. And that was awesome.
If you have any questions or you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816. Today's topic is back tax property data done correctly by Jack. Jill, you can paint your nails if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to go. Will you come call me and I'll come back in the studio when you're ready? Just kidding.
You know what? As nuts as it gets, just like if I get so technical, just stop me.
Right.
I'll tell a joke once in a while, all right?
Yes.
Here's how you, this is how you, this is how you correctly, if you're so bent on just sending back tax property, which I will never understand. I'm going to be really straight about it up front. You're making a huge mistake if you just send offers to property with back taxes on it for a lot of reasons that we talk about all the time. But if that's what you want to do, I'm going to start with how not to do it. Don't seek out a back tax list from a source, any other source other than the county. It's probably old. Back tax property, just the nature of it, has all kinds of ownership changes and complications. You want data from the county. So what do we say in other shows? The data from the county is all complicated and convoluted, and it's very difficult to get through. So here's what you do. You get data to doorstep, which has fresh, good county for all county data, real estate data for all the properties in the county. And you line that up against the convoluted, awful, fresh data that you get directly from the county. So step one, you look at data to doorstep in County X, and you have all the data in front of you. Step two, contact the county, get the back tax data. Again, if you're bent on doing this, I don't know why you would. I don't ever do this. So you've got these two sources of data, and you run a merge inside of Excel based on APN. And what you're left with when you run all the duplicates and find the duplicates in those two lists is super fresh, awesome data in a great format, but it's all associated with back taxes. Then you send everybody a letter. Or an offer, I should say. Wow, that happened a lot faster than I thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
Was that clear or not?
Mm-hmm. That was great.
How many nails did you paint?
You know what I wrote down? I wrote down a little, actually I'm drawing pictures, but what I wrote down was, why?
You're drawing pictures?
I am.
Are you doodling?
I am doodling. Here's my note, though, what I was doodling around. It says, why discriminate against the people who pay their taxes? I said, mail everyone an offer. I like that.
This is an equal opportunity, an EEOC, equal opportunity mail campaign.
Dude, I'm serious, because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a cool graphic out of that. I'm going to post that. Why are you discriminating against the people who pay their taxes? Duh. Mail everybody an offer. I don't understand. Why are we getting, yeah.
That's a great way to make a joke out of something that is actually pretty serious.
Thank you.
I'm going to say it again.
Okay.
Please don't just mail back tax properties. You're doing yourself a huge disservice.
You know what?
It's the most complicated transactions that there are out there. Mail somebody an offer just wants to get rid of their property and everything's current, and they actually own it.
Well, here's my other point on this. If you are really skeptical or you are convinced, whatever, why don't we do this the right way? Run your own test. I've seen people do that.
Yeah.
And they put the results in Facebook and other things. They ran their tests and the light bulb went off like, oh my gosh, duh, I am doing this wrong. Yeah. They've run their own tests and checked it. So don't trust us. Do this for yourself. Give yourself a mailer, put everybody in there, and then line up your results here with your results over here, and you do the math.
That's exactly right, Joe.
Thank you.
And you will find that, you're way more successful. Unless you're an anomaly, you will find that you're way more successful than just sending offers to people who want to get rid of their property. Mm-hmm. When you go buy a car or try to go look for cars, do you only look for ones that need a lot of work? Mm-hmm. No, you try to find a perfect car that's running great for the cheapest price you can. Mm-hmm. And that's the same thing here. Find some property, there's nothing wrong with it, but you got a great deal on it. You don't have to fix it.
I'm the inspirational one. So I try to get into people's heads on this. So here's my 2 cents. I find that the people who are paying their taxes on this and they don't want the property anymore are more, it's easier to negotiate with them. They don't know that they can walk away. They don't know they can stop paying their taxes. They might be afraid of it, and they really want to get out from under this. They're tired of paying that money, but they feel like they have to pay that money. So some of those people, and I love it when I'm talking to them and they're staring at a tax bill, because often that's when they call us. They're like, oh gosh, I was just about to pay another couple $100, and I'll tell them, don't pay it. Don't pay that right now.
That's right, Jill.
I'm glad you're looking at that. Don't pay that. Don't even worry about it. I will take care of it. So here's the deal.
You can hear the sigh of relief on the other end.
You can. They're like, oh, really? I'm like, okay, yeah, put that down. I see you're staring. Okay, you're staring at a $150 tax bill. Here's what I'm going to do. Don't pay that. I'm going to send you I'm going to send you $1,000 on Tuesday with a notary to your door, and we're going to take care of everything. And they're like, oh, thank goodness. That's really how it goes.
Right.
So, how easy is that?
Exactly.
And everybody wins.
Right, man. Yeah, it just makes so much sense. It's so logical to us, but until you do it. The problem is we have people, competitors, who teach this.
And people think it's the only way. Well, we're over here making a lot of money.
It's an easy sales pitch. Here's the sales pitch that they give you.
Yeah.
Follow the advertisement. Owners advertise, if you look for it, the fact that they want to get rid of their property by they just stop paying the taxes because they don't want it. That's not the case. I'm here to tell you that is not the case.
I agree.
And it might be partially true, but the biggest reason people stop paying taxes on real estate is that they're dead. Mm-hmm. All right. And when people are dead and own real estate, it's a very difficult scenario to undo. Mm-hmm. You, as an investor, are a deal maker. You don't want to be undoing people's estates. You want to buy. John Smith, talk to John Smith on the phone. John Smith owns the property. John Smith signs a deed, and now you own it. And you want to get a good deal on it. You don't want to pay market price. That's the game we're in. We're not in the estate game. Mm-mm. Fixing people's estates.
Mm-mm. Exactly.
But if you have to do it, I just explained how.
You did.
You run a merge in Excel or Access, and based on APN, and you're going to get a good, fresh list of back tax property. But don't do it.
But don't do it. Here's a positive. Again, we don't discriminate.
You know what? I know where that's going to go now.
We don't discriminate.
That's going to be a headline in a lot of stuff.
It is.
I know how Jill thinks.
I'm an equal opportunity buyer. Awesome. That's it. Oh.
What are the initials there? Equal opportunity. EOB instead of EOC.
EOB. Equal opportunity buyer.
That's hilarious,
Jill. This is hilarious. Is this good? Okay, so here's my thing. I'm an equal opportunity buyer. So what this means is,
she won't let it end.
Well, I got to get one more thing in here, because this is really valuable information.
If you have a question, go ahead. Go ahead.
Don't discriminate. And when people do call you and say, hey, by the way, but I owe X amount, you want to always ask that question. So just back up. You did everything right. You have back tax property data going out and current property data, because you just sent a mailer to everybody in the county the right way.
Exactly.
Someone's calling you back. You do need to ask that question. But don't discriminate saying, oh, forget it, I'm not going to talk to them because they owe money on taxes. Oh, no. You're still going to look at it like you do with every other deal. So just make sure you ask the question.
That's right.
And you know where they stand, and you are aware of that right now going into it. You don't want to find out, 3 hours from now, after you've figured out where the roads are and you've done all these pretty maps and things like that. You spend a lot of time on it. Like, great, I was going to offer him $600 and I just realized that he owes $1,000. Well, that's not going to work for me now. Ask that up front. So just get that information so you know what it is, and that's it.
Yeah, it should be in a list of questions that you have right the first time you talk to somebody, or if they sign the offer and send it back. It should be, what's wrong? Is there anything wrong with the thing? Anything I should know about before we? That's kind of what I always used to say. What are you not telling me, seller?
You should have a list of questions on your desk that is ever growing and ever changing.
And the list of questions that you would have if you send back tax mailers out, it's about 14 times longer than the one that we actually use. So, in fact, we have one question. What are you not telling me?
Yeah. Who really owns it?
Who owns it? I mean, is there something?
What's the real story?
Is there anything I need to know before I go down the path of closing this deal with you.
Right.
You know, is it a Superfund site? You know,
Oh.
is there, you know, how many, do you have a second, third, fourth, fifth mortgage on this thing that I don't know about?
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Do you actually own it?
Right.
All those things are very prevalent with back tax property. You don't want to deal with that. You just want to talk to John Smith, who said, you know what? Turns out I really don't want this property, and I don't want to go through all the stuff of listing it on the MLS and everything. Why don't you just send me $1,000? With a notary, I'll sign the stuff, and we can call it done.
Mm-hmm.
And God bless you. I hope you make a ton of money. I'm a mechanical engineer, and I'm happy with that.
I had it all these years. The
It
kids
happens
don't
to
want
Joe and
it.
every
I thought it was
single
going to
day.
do stuff.
Every
and-
day we
yeah.
have offers coming in and people calling us saying, hey, thanks for
Get
getting me
me
out of
out
this
of
thing.
it.
I know it's worth more. Good luck.
Exactly.
Can I end it now?
Yes, you may.
Hey, if you have a question or you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816. Inspire us.
My inspiration today is listen. Sometimes, if you just not
This
talk.
is a message to me,
Yeah.
not to you, listener.
Well, it is now.
Jack, listen.
Listen. Listen, Linda, listen. Remember that?
I do remember it.
That was really
Linda,
funny.
listen.
That was so cute. I forgot about that.
Me
Now it was
too.
replaced with the Chewbacca thing. But the Chewbacca mask has replaced the listen, Linda, listen YouTube thing that went viral.
That was classic.
Yeah, that was really good. So, but listen to your sellers, listen to your buyers, listen to your people. There's a lot
Listen to
of
your mother.
Listen to your mother.
Regardless of your age.
Listen to Jill. Listen to Jack.
That was for the kids.
Okay. There's a lot of
Listen to your mother.
there's a lot of stuff that's not being said that you're missing because you're not effectively listening.
We have a talk show, so I'm super good at not listening.
Yes, that's very
I'm
true.
really good at having one-way conversations, which is really what a podcast is.
This is very true.
I don't have to listen.
I know. And
You're telling me I do, though.
Maybe you should. It's something worth thinking about. Actually, this isn't for you. It really isn't for you.
I know it's not.
So, no, it's really for... I was thinking about my last little thing about, when you're talking to a seller, they're calling you back, and they're explaining their property. You'll pick up on little things. And you need to listen. You need to find out. And sometimes, if you really listen and you'll find out really what the story is behind the property, you'll know right then and there if it's a good deal or not. You'll know when they say stuff like, my wife and I've had this for 20 years, or we're going to retire there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Joe, you're exactly right.
Oh my gosh.
Now I know what
Now I know. God, you know what? The person is really sharing some stuff with you that's really valuable information to you. And you can go, now you're like, you know what? All right, now I'm paying attention to this property. Now I'm going to go back and look and see, you know what? The guy is really telling the truth. They haven't owned it that long. I just looked it up from the county and I can see that. All right, I feel good about this. I'm going to make this deal. The guy had the property for 20 years. If someone was looking for him for that long, he wouldn't have it, whatever it is. So we know we can listen and tell if there's problems.
Here's my follow-up.
Yeah.
A huge indicator of where there's problems, if the seller's not telling you something, is when they call every day. Is the deal done yet? Is it done yet? After the third time, I have a 3-call rule, and that's the title of a show. 3-call rule. If they call every day and say, "Can I have my money? Can I have my money? Can I have my money? Is it closed yet? Is it closed yet?" Don't do the deal. Personally, I don't do it because it's annoying. And I don't need to. There's 92 other deals behind it.
I have a guy doing that right now with us.
Yeah,
No, it's not. He's trying to sell us something. Yeah, he's trying to sell us a bundle of stuff. Just reached out to us randomly.
Properties? Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Because he's tripping your radar now.
If I know about a deal,
Yep.
if I know about a transaction in land stay, this is where we are in our careers, then something's really wrong. It's either really screwed up, or it's like we're going to make $300,000 on it.
Yeah, this one's really screwed up.
I know exactly who you're talking about. There in this guy's portfolio is properties that we sold him, a couple of properties that we sold him a long time ago, a lot of years ago.
Yeah, he won't let up, and it's tripping my radar, and I'm not feeling good about it.
What's that all about? Why doesn't he just put it on, where it's supposed to go, like we do?
Exactly. There's another question. That's one of the things that's tripping my radar.
Usually when people have a lot of properties, they're in the business.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. It's good advice, Jill. Listening is extremely... I'm going to try it sometime.
Let's try that today.
Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
And inspiration, that's me.
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to listen and buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
Listen, Jill, get there first. You know, the last few inspirations you've done have been brilliant, and they're like one word.
Thank you.
Like listen is, that could be a whole show.
Mm-hmm.
What was the one before this? It was brilliant too.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. Spike Lee.
My things were motivation, motivate your people. The last 4 ones I haven't written down in front of me. Use your gut instincts, do the right thing, and listen. My better thing is the crap Jack says, which is listen. I might try that today.
I won't though. You know why? Because I'm the
You
owner.
don't have to. Here it comes. Here it comes.
No, I'm one of the owners. I'm the less compassionate owner. There's a
boy.
show right there.
Oh my gosh.
Go talk to your mother about it.
Yeah.
She's the compassionate one.
Yeah, I don't really care over here.
You're failing at this anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's my attitude.
There we go.
And then, never mind.
Exactly.
It's a good thing we have you.
Thank
Because it
you.
would be a mess.
Thank you.
Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and this was the Cash Flow from Land Show. We are the experts at acquiring property
Of all kinds, not just land,
for half price just so we can flip it for way more.
and really fast. Thanks for listening.
Let's go buy some property.
If you want to get involved or you need more information about our profitable, niche real estate operation, call 480-467-0359. You just might get Jill at the other end of the line.
Landacademy.com. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.